meditation. Because I only stand up in 8 hours. So I wake up, if I wake up by 2, I wake up. Except to bed a little early. on to the mic.
Shall I sit for the rest? Sure.
There you are. What happened to you?
I disappeared.
Yes, you did. Did you have to print something?
No, I just went to get my music and then I sort of got waylaid.
Yes. Familiar with the waylighting. Fancy for today.
Yeah. Yep.
4 weeks ago. Yeah, you have like. No way. Oh, that's so sweet.
Hi, Jim. We got some books. Oh, you do? Yeah, we've got a good autobiography about Kirk Douglas. Oh. So that's a good one to read. And then I've got some other ones you can take a look and see if you like to read. Okay, all right.
Yeah, just.
Of course he did.
There was a memorial yesterday, so they moved him for them and it went late, so they didn't have time. Yeah. I'll announce it in church. Oh, no, we did make a flat person. Yeah, she's in there, yeah. Mary's staring at me, and I think it's time to start.
Everybody, and let's give thanks to Terry for singing, Chris for playing, and Michael for playing the drums. Here we go. Thank you. Thanks. All right, so I am Bonnie. I'm one of the ministers, and I want to welcome you to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living and also welcome our online folks. Let's go ahead and we'll start with some announcements. All righty, so this is our website, www.venturacsl.org. We have a flower dedication today. This is the flowers this morning are lovingly offered to Reverend Jennifer Gadberry Hadras, who passed her ordination panel. Woohoo! And she brings much good to our center. Now, I have a blurb written here that's different than that. I don't know who wrote this, but it says, flower dedication, the amazing, wonderful, fully evolved Reverend Jennifer. Perfect, right? Again, I cannot imagine who wrote that, but here it is. So there you go. Yes. Okay, good job. Whew. Okay. All righty. Let's see. Hearts in Harmony Choir meets after the service, 11:30 to 12:30. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's hear it. Come on, louder. Okay, good job. Woo. So they meet after the service, 11:30 to 12:30, and come back here. You can join no matter what your singing abilities are. It's just a I love it. Okay. What is that song? Does anybody know that song? Inagata Devita? I don't think so. Okay. That's a blast from the past. Okay. Now I'm supposed to be keeping the announcements short, y'all. That was some of the feedback we got. So far I'm failing miserably. Okay. Science and Spirituality. We have a group, Science and Spirituality. They are on hiatus, but they're starting up soon, September 16th. Ooh, and they're going to read The Intention Experiment. I hear that's a really good book. All righty. Yes. Okay. And we have lots of exciting Sunday services coming up. We have Larissa Stowe coming on August 9th. Yeah, good job, right? She's bringing not the whole tribe, but two members, her, and then Benj and Bethany, who's a wonderful violinist. And then August 23rd, we're singing for peace with the Sacred Voices of Ojai, and we'll come together and chant for global peace, all right? That's all we have for now. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bill Hadris, who will lead us in a youth message. Yay. Woo-hoo. There you go. There you go.
Would any children like to join me?
Oh, please.
Have some, got one. Oh,
Thank God.
yay.
All right.
All right. As Reverend Bonnie said, I'm Bill Hadris. Oh, maybe it won't. There it goes.
There we go.
Have you ever been angry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you act on your anger?
Occasionally.
Anyone? How did that work out for you?
Not so great.
You want to share?
Kayla, perhaps you'd like to join us on the stage. Okay.
Would you like to share anything? No. Okay. All right. So you've got this acting out your anger in your mind. Ask yourself, what was your anger trying to deliver? So anger is often hiding fear, grief, shame, regret, or pain. All emotions, including anger, are expressions of energy. Emotions and thoughts are powerful forces that shape our lives. Emotions fuel manifestation. What we create or experience in our lives is how we direct our emotions. So Ernest Holmes, I got a short one for you.
Yay!
Anger can be turned into love, and the very power that has been destroying can be made to build up.
Wow. Good one, Ernest.
So, use your anger for good. Anger to people usually means something negative. However, anger can be like electricity. It is powerful and useful, but only if you use it intelligently. Mm-hmm. It can be deadly and destructive when not directed. Mm-hmm. We can transform anger into a power that can move the world. Mm-hmm. Anger is a gift. Reflect and ask, what would channeling that energy with love and clarity look like before you respond? So I invite you all to repeat after me. I channel my anger with loving actions.
I channel my anger with loving actions.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're the voice of God. I hold you in my heart. is. Thank you. Let's go ahead and turn it over to Reverend Susan, who's going to do the prayer for us.
Good morning. As the practitioners stand in unity with this word that's about to be spoken, know that each and every one of these practitioners are standing for you. And so taking a very deep breath in, just dropping into the heart center where your divine spark resides and continues to shed and bring light. Knowing absolutely that that infinite presence is right here within each of us. It is that divine spark within our heart system. And that divine spark continues to radiate life, to radiate health and well-being, to radiate love and joy and peace. And breathing deeper into that peace that already resides within you, that love that already resides within you. I know for each and every one of us that that infinite presence is our guidance system, is our divine authority, and intuitively we are led each moment, each day, into greater good, love, greater peace. And knowing that that is true all the time and forevermore, I celebrate this day as a blessing. I celebrate each and every one of us who said yes, who continues to say yes to life, to love, to peace. And knowing that this is our ongoing practice, I simply surrender this word into that light of being and that law of love, knowing it's already done. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Susan. And as the practitioners become seated, let us rest and abide in the beautiful words that Susan shared with us, knowing that we are one with the love that is. The I am, the sacred presence, God, Spirit, holiness, wholeness, whatever it is you wish to call it. The I am is here and now, living and moving and having its perfect being through each of us. And so we remember that together, not only individually but collectively as a community. Every single person sitting in these seats, every single person listening online is part of that I am presence. And every single person, every single being, every single molecule, atom, electron, the smallest particles ever invented, ever created, this is all the presence of Spirit. The I am is one, and we are that. And so together let us sing in loving memory and awareness of all of that. Let us call forth the I am presence in all beings as we sing together, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering in this divine, sacred remembrance, let us truly know that we are the love of Spirit here in action, and that that love pours to us and through us. Knowing all that, let us breathe in deeply, and then exhale, gently opening our eyes as love, in love, and in service to what is, as it is, and so it is. Namaste.
Good morning. I am very pleased to be back. Thank you. This first song requires just a little bit of clarification so everyone can follow along. This is from a musical that came out in the 90s called Sideshow. Is there anyone that knows that musical? One. Awesome. Cool. So in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, musicals were getting exploratory about circus life. So a lot of you have probably heard, probably the most successful one was Pippin, right? But Sideshow came out in like the mid to late 90s. And it followed these two women who were conjoined twins. And it was about their life living in a circus and being on display for people to laugh at, to question, to ogle, and how they had to go through that to realize that they were fine just as they were, the two of them. And finding love within yourself before you can love others. So this is originally a duet, but I've arranged it to be a solo today. All right. Like a fish plucked from the ocean, tossed into a foreign stream, always knew that I was different, often fled into a dream. I ignored the raging currents, right against the tide I swam. But I floundered with the question, who will love me as I am? Like an odd, exotic creature on display inside a zoo, hearing children asking questions makes me ask some questions too. Could we bend the laws of nature? Could a lion love a lamb? Who can see beyond this surface? Who will love me as I am? Who will ever call to say I love you? Send me flowers or a telegram. Who could proudly stand beside me? Who will love me as I am? Like a clown whose tears cause laughter, trapped inside the center ring. Even seeing smiling faces, I am lonely pondering. Who would want to join this madness? Who could change my monogram? Who could be part of my circus? Who will love me as I am? Who would ever call to say I love you? Send me flowers or a telegram. Who could proudly stand beside me? Who will love me as I am? Stand beside me, who will love me as I am.
Amazing, you guys. Thank you so much. Just so beautiful. It's always. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. We're reinstating a tradition from long ago where we sing happy birthday to the folks that were born in a particular month. Since this is the first Sunday in August, we would love it if anybody born in August would stand up so we can sing happy birthday to you. Oh, yay! Look at all the August babies. Look at that. Wonderful. Anybody in the back? Oh, no. You got to stay standing, people. Stay standing so you can receive the love coming your way. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear August people. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Thank you so much. All righty. So, talk title. What we're talking about today, love loves you. Something called love loves you unconditionally. Do you believe it? All the time? I struggle with believing it all the time. Now, if anybody believes it all the time, feel free to come up and share your wisdom, because I'm not there yet, but I am working on it, right, as most of us are. Because really, I believe that the core of a lot of our problems as a human species is this unrequited love, this unrequited desire to feel loved, even when we're doing something inappropriate, even when we're doing something that we shouldn't do. In fact, we are doing those things probably because we're seeking for love. We're looking for love in all the wrong places, as the song goes. And we are seeking love in ways that don't really produce love. They just create more despair. But what if love isn't something that you have to earn or reach for, but something that is always reaching for you all of the time, infinitely, always? Love can meet us in our striving and our stillness. And as the poet says, your task is not to seek for love, but to merely seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against love. Now, ironically, this is by Rumi, although some people say it's from A Course in Miracles. I don't know. There's so much information on the internet. I don't know what's the truth anymore, other than that God loves us, okay? So this Rumi is in our, normally if you're new here, we have a choir of flat cardboard cutouts, and they are not here today because there was a late memorial and people didn't have time or energy to put them back up. And when they asked if they should do it this morning, I said, no, you don't need to. Although I am speaking about several flat choir members, I want to let you know that they're not up, but I think they went to the fair. Because they do stuff on their own. Yeah. And I can imagine that at the fair, say, St. Francis is up there, he's probably with the animals, don't you think? Yeah? Jesus is there, he's probably turning the Diet Coke into wine. Woo! And guess where Rumi is? He was a whirling dervish. I think he's on the tilt-a-whirl. Don't you? Yes. All right, so there's that. Okay. So your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against love. See, the problem is that as humans, we don't know everything. We have a finite self that doesn't know the infinite nature of the universe. And ignorance is not stupidity. It's just not knowing the idea and the reality that love is always reaching for us. And the thing I've noticed, too, about spiritual people, right? Okay. All right, it's back. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Rumi. Whatever. If you're spiritual people and you don't feel like you love yourself all the time, you may lay a guilt trip on top of that. You may think that you're doing it wrong and make a should about it, that I should love myself. If I was really spiritual, I would love myself. I would allow love to reach me. And we use the should as a weapon. We beat ourselves up with all of the ways that we're getting in the way of love. But again, Rumi said, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against love, and that should is one of the barriers that we build against love. And again, I don't know if this is Rumi or just the internet, but someone said that there's an addendum to this quote. We find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against love and embrace them. We embrace them. We no longer fight them. We no longer build up resistance. We remove the barriers through our embrace of them, our willingness to look at them and to allow them and to work with them in new and constructive and wonderful ways. It's a paradox, right? If we resist the barriers that we've built against love, if we're pushing them away, that's actually a form of clinging to them, and they become stronger. They build muscles, right? And they want to get in there. So, today we're going to do that. We're going to look at the barriers that we build against love, and we're going to look at embracing them in a way to reach a place of deeper willingness to allow love to love you, because love is already loving you. It's just that we need to allow it. So I'm going to start in talking about these barriers that we build against love by telling you a story about guilt, anxiety, and a swimming pool. This happened with one of my prayer partners, and he gave me permission to tell this story, but I don't think I'll use his name. Anyhow, we were talking one day, and he, back in the day, years ago, he was a high-power businessman, and he was always out there kicking butt and taking names and accomplishing things. He was a mover and a shaker. He made a lot of money, and then he became a minister, and he also did great work as a minister. He was always lifting people up and serving, and now he's retired. He's retired. And he wonders what he should do with his life. And I asked him, what do you want to do? He said, well, this is embarrassing, but I've always liked water a lot, and I really want to just sit in my swimming pool. And I'll tell you how that turned out in a minute, but can we become aware? Can we notice the barriers of love? Because in this situation, perhaps the barriers for him and perhaps for some of us was that he felt guilty that he wasn't doing enough, that he should still be out there changing the world in very visible, highly visible ways. And then he felt anxious about the gift and putting that should on top of it. I should be doing more. I should be doing more. And that's a setup for failure. A failure, especially when we compare ourselves to others who seem to be doing more. We're measuring it with the wrong measuring stick. They seem to be doing more, and we feel like we're inadequate. As soon as we stop doing, it seems, for many of us, not everybody, but as soon as we stop doing, the inner critic chimes in with the voice of shame and inadequacy and guilt and anxiety. In that situation, love becomes a transaction where we feel like we have to do more in order to earn love. If I do this, then I will be lovable. When I do this, then I will be lovable. It's funny, I didn't realize how susceptible I was to this until I took a questionnaire. I had to fill out a questionnaire for a class that I'm about to start today. It's about death and dying, understanding more about death and dying so I can support those who are in that position and also hopefully have a good experience myself with that thing that I've heard is going to happen to me someday. I don't quite believe it, but anyway, one of the questions on this questionnaire was something to the effect of, when you're on your deathbed, think about what you're clinging to, and what is the one thing that's going to be hardest to let go of? What? What'd you say? I thought you said a swear word. Okay. Yeah, okay. And I think a normal person, in my perception, a normal person would be like, oh, I'm going to have trouble letting go of my husband, my sisters, my church, my animals. But I said, I think the hardest thing to let go of is going to be the notion that I should have done more with my life. What? That's not a bad thing to let go of, by the way. I want to let go of that. I want to let go of it now, as I hope many of you do as well. But it's that thing of measuring our lives by accomplishment, measuring our lives by accomplishment. And I have to tell you that, has anybody here ever undergone anesthesia, right? Yeah. And when you go under anesthesia, you're not like, I should have done more with my life, right? You're just like, whatever, you're counting from 100 back, and by 99 you're out like a light, right? I also had an internal hemorrhage once and fainted, and I wasn't thinking that as well. I just was like, wow, this is interesting. I know I'm falling on the floor, but I don't feel anything. So it was kind of fascinating. So I don't think on our deathbed hopefully we're not going to be perseverating about how we should have done more. I remember Richard Rohr, another flat choir member that I'll talk about in a minute, him saying that his mother, when she was dying, when she had a diagnosis and she knew she had a week or two to live, she said, I've never done this before. This will be exciting. And then she'd go to sleep and wake up and she'd be like, oh God, I'm still here. So maybe we all have a positive experience when the time comes. See, and another level of noticing barriers to our love, that's the first step, is to notice what the barriers that we're putting up in front of love. Another step of that, another level of that, is to, as we notice the barriers that we're putting up, notice how much we're identifying with the barriers of love. Are we clinging to it? Are we clinging to something as an unfortunate identity? Well, I can't have love because I'm just too guilty all the time. I'm guilt. I feel too inadequate. I feel too unworthy. I can't have love because I feel too shameful. That is identifying with one of the barriers to love. And we can just look at that. We can just look at that. And are you guilt or shame or inadequacy? Of course not. Of course not. You wouldn't be here. No, nobody is, really. We're all just love incarnate. Sometimes we do things that are out of alignment with the higher purpose of our lives, but we truly are that place where forgiveness abides, and it starts with self-forgiveness. All forgiveness is self-forgiveness. If we can see where we are putting up barriers against love and or identifying with those barriers of love, saying this is who I am when we're really not, we can see it, we can let go, and we can make room for something new. When we let go for something new, we allow a greater truth to emerge. We create space for a greater possibility for us to emerge. And if we're longing for unconditional love while relying on conditions to prove that we are lovable, that is not creating space. That is like a little puppy dog chasing its tail, right? I had dogs that had little stubby tails. And they would chase their tail, just desperate to get that tail, and be like, you're chasing something you already have. That's us chasing after love. We are chasing something that already belongs to us, that is already given to us, that already is us as we open our eyes to see it. So another proof that there is a higher purpose, that instead of trying to get love, and when I finally have this, then I'll be lovable. Another truth is a leap of faith. Leap of faith into the possibility that maybe love is chasing you. Maybe love is chasing us. Maybe love is not forcing us, but it's eager to catch us. It's eager to catch us so that it can love us, because doesn't it feel good to love something or someone? Does everybody here love something or someone? Doesn't it feel good? Yes, right. So maybe love is longing to love you and waiting for you to jump into the metaphorical pool of love and allow yourself to be loved by the universe. Because the love for you is here, right now, independent of circumstances. And how do I know this? Well, I can't say I know it know it viscerally in my body all of the time. Sometimes my head, my busy mind gets in the way. But I'd say that I know that this is true because of certain things. Love comes to you disguised as your life. And some of those disguises of love look like puppies and smiling center members. Some of those disguises of love look like the friendships that we formed. Some of those love offerings look like music and the cooperation and camaraderie and love that goes into creating a choir. And some of that love looks like Tupperware. Don't you love Tupperware? love it so much. Those are not my cats, by the way, but my cats would do something like that. You know, there are so many things that are evidence of creativity and love making itself known into form. And can we receive it? Can we receive it? I would suggest just taking a day, taking an hour, taking 5 minutes out of a day, and just make a list of all of the things that are evidence of love. Everything that is evidence of love in the universe. All the things that God and love didn't have to create, but did. All the things that we love that have come here, volunteered, and shown up for our joy. There is so much. And just with that simple shift in consciousness saying, wow, this has shown up so that I can feel love. This has shown up so that I can feel one with something. That simple shift is powerful. And it starts gently, quietly, making us able to allow the love that is already here, allowing us to receive it, making that love known. Because, as I've said many times, the realm of heaven is spread upon the earth, but we don't see it. We walk sightless among miracles. We walk sightless among the miracle of love. It is here for you. Are you getting that? It is here for you. It is here for you. It is here for you. Say after me, it is here for me. Love is here for me. Right now. Amen and hallelujah. Okay then. All right. Okay, so many people think of the universe as random and indifferent. It's a random event of science. But what if the universe is not accidental, but intentional? What if the universe has said yes with excitement to being here for us and through us? Think about the laws of science and how much they help us. Something as simple as gravity. What would it be like if I was floating all over this room? Well, it would be fun for me, but I don't know about you guys. But gravity is here to help us. All of the laws of science are here to help us as long as we work with them. And the law of spirit is that way too, as long as we work with it, which means changing our thinking, changing our hearts to change our lives. That is here for us. The laws of physiology, all of the amazing things that happen in our bodies, that is all here for us. I learned yesterday, for another reason, I was researching hearing, and I did not know that our ears, our capacity to hear, started with a fish's gill. Did anybody know that? Some kind of a prehistoric fish had a gill that evolved, and eventually it turned into the human ear that can hear. How about that? And let's not even talk about language, right? But there's a system, the system that is constantly evolving us to receive and to receive and to receive more and more and more, more and more, and we receive it so that we can give it away. And that opens us up to get even more. It's this ongoing cycle of giving and receiving that is so beautiful, so beautiful. Love even is so great that it caused us to forget that we are love. How can that be great, people? How can that be great? Well, it's like the joy of remembering. You know, if you watch a movie, so many people tell me, oh, don't tell me the end. Right? You know that? David knows it. Don't tell me the end. I don't want to know the end, because the joy of discovery is implanted in us, and that's part of the God-given barrier or resistance to love, is that we get to dismantle it, do the work of dismantling it, and then create the puzzle of finding all of the places in life that love loves us completely, infinitely, and unconditionally. As I've said many times, the only condition of love is that it must be received. And what if love is stardust? Stardust, Joni Mitchell. Stardust, Joni Mitchell plus other input. Stardust, asking questions about stardust. We are stardust, asking questions about this entire universe, which is stardust. And we're doing our best to get ourselves back to the garden. The Garden of Eden, the Garden of Paradise, the garden where we know that we are loved completely. So how do we do that? How do we jump into the swimming pool? How do we jump into the pool and know that we are loved completely right now as we are? Again, I mentioned that there's Joni. We are stardust, asking questions about stardust, doing our best to get ourselves back in the garden. So how do we get ourselves back to the garden? First of all, look at this lovely picture of a flower by Norm Fort, passion flower, beautiful. As I mentioned, we notice when we are getting in the way of love, when we are erecting a barrier to love, or we are over-identifying with it. We allow a higher vision of reality to come forth. And part of helping that higher vision of allowing to come forth is that we act and we enjoy. We jump into the swimming pool. So we identify what is a swimming pool for us. What would help us feel completely loved? What would help us feel even a little more loved? What is something that we can do, something that we can receive that will help us feel more loved? You know, it's not the same as self-indulgence. If I were to answer that on a day when I was struggling, I would say, well, more chocolate and more Netflix. Usually when that's over, I don't feel particularly good about myself. It's usually more, the truth is more something about spending time with my family and loving on my animals, consciously loving on my animals, being so grateful that they're here for me and for us. But think about it. If a swimming pool, jumping into the swimming pool of love is a metaphor, what might your swimming pool of love look like? What might your swimming pool of love look like? What is your heart longing to do? And what would bring you a sense of peace and rest and deservability and just being is enough? Think about what it is and then do it. In my response to my friend who was struggling with the idea of swimming, I borrowed something from Richard Rohr, who's also part of our flat choir. Richard Rohr, and this is a combination of Richard Rohr and James Finley, but I paraphrased it to meet my friend's situation, and I said, hey, what if that swimming pool, what if that water, you know, we believe that everything is God, right? So what if that water is God too? We know that water is God too. And what if that water cannot wait for you to jump in and let it love you? Let you float in it. I'm getting chills even thinking about that. What if that thing that you're longing for is just love longing for you? And what if you could just allow it and receive it and know in your heart, in your mind, in your body, in your being that you are loved right now, exactly as you are. It's funny, you know, I sometimes need proof of what I'm speaking about. It's like, is this really true? Is this really true? Because the voice of doubt and fear comes up. And I was struggling with this talk because it felt like too big, and sometimes I'm not very good at it, and blah, 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 blah. You want to know how I fixed it? What? Chocolate and Netflix? No. Good answer, though. No. I took a nap. I took a nap with my dog beside me and my cats hogging up the rest of the bed. And then I woke up and I knew what to do. Isn't God amazing? Isn't love amazing? We're always pushing for the answers. And what if we just relaxed and let go and let love do its work through us? Yes, there is a time to take action, but there is also a time for rest, a time for every purpose under heaven. Love certainly works in ways that are counterintuitive to that fretting, nagging, pushy, ego-driven infant or finite self. And whenever we get a chance to release the idea that the finite self is God and jump into the swimming pool, that's a beautiful thing. So, if you are here today looking for a place to practice being divine love, I love it. See, that's a sign. You got it right, Elaine. That's a sign. So everybody who heard that little cell phone go off, and it was very happy music, that is a sign that you are here today. Hallelujah. To find a place where you can really experience divine love. And my next question for you is, might our center here be your swimming pool? You may not know until you jump in. But you know, I experienced this the other day. I'm teaching a class on sacred story right now, and it's a beautiful class, and I have a Thursday evening in person and a Friday evening on Zoom. And in the Friday class, in every class I do, at the first class, I always ask people, to share why they're taking the class, what drew them to the class. And in the Friday class, everybody shared, and then I was like, you know what? I never share why I'm taking these classes, why I'm teaching these classes. And I just said, it's because of all of you. And the same goes for everybody here. I gain so much from being a participant in these classes. Sure, I have the name of facilitator or teacher or reverend or whatever it is, but I feel so clearly that I gain so much more than I give. I said it in the class, I said it's like chocolate, but it's really more like oxygen. It feeds my soul. And it's one of the first times I ever cried in class. Well, that may be a lie. Maybe I cry a lot in class. But anyway, it felt so nourishing to acknowledge that and to say that out loud and to know that we are all feeding and nourishing each other in mystical, divine, wonderful ways. That this is the thing, folks. It's like we really, really, really need proof. We really, really, really need to see it to believe it. But what if we believe it and then we see it? That we're all here together in this beautiful, sacred, revitalizing, deepening, expanding center, simply to know that we are loved and to practice being loved and to practice giving away love, because when giving and receiving become one, when the two become one, then we are truly in the realm of heaven on earth. So, here we can practice allowing love to be love, allowing love to love us. And let's do that now as we, that's Liz, with bubbles, blowing bubbles at the Pride Festival. Let's do that now as we affirm together. Let's speak together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Today I allow the love of the universe to love me. Love loves me in rich and surprising ways. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Let's pray now, okay? All righty. Okay, so turning within, let us just turn to our awareness, our perfect awareness of that beauty, that power, that love, that grace, that wonder that is in everything. It is both seen and unseen. It is in the infinite spiritual conceptual word, but it's also made flesh, made real, made solid, made into matter. Love becomes matter, so matter can become spirit. It moves into that place and it just holds us with such tenderness because we are one with that essence of love. It is already who we are. And so knowing this, knowing that we are one with that, we let go of our labors and come into rest in the knowing that we are loved right now, loved completely, unconditionally right now. Let us breathe and just feel that for a moment. Feeling the power in your body, in your heart. And if your mind is coming up with excuses, just notice it. And then just gently let it go. Let it float away. In the spacious mind, we hold a deeper truth, knowing that love is real, love is the only thing that is real, and that we are here to express and experience love. So we experience it by expressing, we express it by experiencing. We are engaged in this beautiful Mobius strip of giving and receiving love that just feels so good, feels so aligned, and in this alignment we know that we are who we are supposed to be. And so I call forth for every single person in this congregation, in this community, those we can see and those we can't see. I call forth a knowing that love is in your life right here and right now. And it is showing up in wonderful, personal ways, ways that are specific and personal to you. Showing up, lifting your life, lifting your heart, lifting your consciousness to a greater union, an ever-expanding union with the love that is. Feel that for a moment. Feel the truth of that for a moment. And just trust and know that as it is real in this room, as we are real together in this community, in this field of goodness, that it is real everywhere as we take it out into the world and ripple that love and share that love and allow ourselves to be loved everywhere. So I'm just so grateful to speak these words of truth, so grateful for this community, so grateful for this transformation that is happening for us today, so grateful for our growth and our revitalization, for our expansion, for our capacity to bring more love and light into the world as we expand through the process. Not only the destination, but through the process, for there is really no destination. We are infinite. So I just celebrate that and give thanks for it and know it to be true. I bless this teaching as I bless all paths to God, all paths. And with a heart that is so filled with gratitude and so filled with love, I say thank you, Spirit, thank you, love, and I release these words into the divine mystery of love and law, and together we say, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you. We changed the order a little bit because of you. Because of me? Yes, because you came up at a time when we weren't expecting you, and we thought it worked better. Oh, right. Yes, Easter Sunday, right? Yeah. So thank you. Let's have Kayla. Thank you. Yeah, it was.
Also, Bonnie was right. I did say a curse word earlier. I'm so sorry. It was exclamatory because she dropped a very profound quote I'd never heard before, and I went, oh, so sorry. All right. Second song is from a little-known musical called Beauty and the Beast. Just kidding. It's very known. Belle goes through quite a transformation in the show herself. So this is her final solo of the musical called A Change in Me. There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. The what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize that good can come from bad. That may not make me wise, but oh, it makes me glad. And I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. For now I love the world I see. No change of heart, a change in me. And in my dark despair, I slowly understood my perfect world out there had disappeared for good. But in its place I feel a truer life begin. And it's so good and real, it must come from within. And I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. I'm wearing who I'm meant to be. No change of heart, a change in me. just loved myself. Love it. Felt like a warm hug.
You're coming? All right, I'll make the bad joke.
Occupied.
Yes. You're over there crying, probably.
Yeah, I was crying.
Yeah, that's
But I did like it.
good tears. good
I'm a
tears.
musical girl, so it's very good. So this is the time where we're doing our offering from the heart. And the prayer that we're going to do is, Jennifer calls it an offering prayer or an offering affirmation. We will do it together as these lovely people pass among you. And so if you want to donate from your heart, we can do that. So hand over the heart, and we'll say this together. We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We offer these gifts. They are an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion. Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways so that we may give again.
And so it is. Does this microphone sound normal? All right, just a few quick announcements. I'm going to start timing Reverend Bonnie's announcements and the announcements that I do and see who doesn't fast. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because I can talk really fast and I know she can too, and then we'll get other kinds of complaints. Huh? Okay, so everything is on our website, www.venturacsl.org, and if we're on Facebook, we have that. If you are new here, we have ambassadors. They have teal stoles on. We have Rhina here, and we have Vicky in the back of the sanctuary. So if you're new here, please find an ambassador or one of the practitioners with the white stoles. We have a welcome packet for you, and inside there is a survey to fill out how you found us and maybe why you're here. And then you get a certificate for our bookstore for a free book at the bookstore. So lots of things in the packet, so you'll want to get one if you're new. Okay. Thank you, everybody that has donated already. Our fall outreach project is filling the backpacks for Casa Pacifica, so we have a great start on that. So if you would like to donate to that, please bring your donations here to the center. It goes on until August 31st. Okay. We have a new class starting September 10th. It's going to be 4 Thursdays. It is facilitated by the amazing and wonderful Susan and Bill Seal. Both of them are emeritus practitioners here. They teach a class every year, and their classes are always fantastic. The book is Teach Only Love. It is available in the bookstore. So is the Science and Spirituality book. We have a couple copies of that in the bookstore. So the bookstore is right through here. So if you have any questions about that, find Susan or talk to the ambassador that'll be at the concierge desk after service. We have hospitality after service. We sang happy birthday, so there is birthday cake today and other sugary treats, and we have some healthy stuff in there too, and coffee and tea and all of the goodies. So please make your way back to the social hall. It's really nice. There's lots of fun things to do in there, and fun ways to make connections. If you want to anchor into this understanding of love and changing who you are, not doing your change of heart, we have practitioners. They have white stoles on. There will be several at the front of the sanctuary, and if you want them to move to other places, they can do that. But we do a thing called 1 Minute Miracles here, which is a prayer, so we can anchor into anything that you're celebrating or anything that you're working through. Meet with a practitioner and have them pray with you. It's really, really powerful. And with that, we're going to do our closing affirmation. We're going to say this all together. I am held in Spirit's holiness, divinely guided by wisdom, courage, and love. I am always connected. I am love. I share love. I serve love. Thank you for my life, and so it is.
job. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. May peace prevail in me. May peace prevail in me. May peace prevail in you. May peace prevail in you. May peace prevail in you. May peace prevail in me. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth.